How long does it take to complete a PhD? In countries which have thesis-only degrees that are full-time with no time-wasting coursework bullshit, such as UK, Australia, and NZ, and most parts of Europe, some really bright ones can do it in less than 3Y, but the typical is 4Y or 5Y. You are expected to publish about 3 to 5 papers in international journals out of your PhD, otherwise it is not worth the paper it is printed on. I published 10, 3 before I graduated, and 5 were single author. US and Canadian PhDs are not really full-time. Your scholarship is actually part-time employment as a tutor or research assistant, and the teaching load is high. You also have a lot of coursework, which is largely a complete waste of time and stuff you should have been taught as an undergraduate. Typical times are 6 to 9 years. Often your PhD project is completely obsolete by the time you submit it. Many Australians laugh when they see an American PhD because it is so small, generally about 1/2 to 1/3 of ours. Many publish nothing out of their PhD. For better or worse, a US PhD is much more of a training degree than the PhDs with a thesis-only format. Americans tend to be obsessed with schools, that is where you got your PhD. That is mainly a consequence of the heavy coursework component. In countries with a thesis-only format, who was your supervisor is really the only thing that matters. I do not show any interest in where someone did their PhD, all I want to know is who was their supervisor and what they published. I have never shown the slightest interest in what anyone did as coursework any more than I would ask about their marks in kindergarten. I repeated kindergarten. Warning. American universities are happy to employ someone as a postdoc if they have a PhD from a thesis-only country, but tend to only recognize PhDs with a coursework component if you apply for a tenure-track position. In other words, they only consider PhDs with the same format as their own. Watch out for that one. The bastards are shy about being honest enough to freely tell you that.